Tammy Slaton's weight loss journey, understanding the medical reality behind the transformation. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For 1000 LB Sister latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. The reality television landscape has long been fascinated with dramatic physical transformations, and few stories have captured public attention quite like that of Tammy Slaton from 1000 LB Sisters. Her journey from weighing over 600 pounds to achieving significant weight loss has been both inspiring and medically complex, drawing millions of viewers who have followed her progress through various health challenges and triumphs. When Tammy first appeared on TLC's 1000 LB Sisters, she weighed approximately 650 pounds, sharing her story alongside her sister Amy. The show documented not just their daily struggles with mobility and health, but also their emotional journeys dealing with family dynamics, relationships, and the psychological aspects of living with severe obesity. What set Tammy's story apart was her determination to make lasting changes, even when faced with setbacks and complications. The initial episodes showed viewers the reality of life at such extreme weights, the physical limitations, the medical complications, and the social isolation that often accompanies severe obesity. Tammy's openness about her struggles with binge eating disorder and her complicated relationship with food resonated with many viewers who saw aspects of their own challenges reflected in her story. Tammy's weight loss journey wasn't a straightforward path. Initially, she attempted various diet and exercise regimens, working with nutritionists and personal trainers who specialized in working with individuals with severe obesity. The early stages of her transformation were marked by significant dietary changes, moving away from processed foods and implementing portion control measures. Medical supervision became crucial as Tammy began losing weight rapidly. Healthcare professionals monitored her closely for complications that can arise during significant weight loss, including gallstone formation, nutritional deficiencies, and metabolic changes. The body's adjustment to rapid weight loss requires careful medical management to prevent serious health complications. One of the most significant aspects of Tammy's journey was her decision to undergo bariatric surgery. This medical intervention, while life-changing, comes with its own set of challenges and requirements for long-term commitment to lifestyle changes. The surgery itself was just the beginning of a much longer process of adaptation and continued weight management. Bariatric surgery represents a major medical procedure that requires extensive preparation and lifelong commitment to follow-up care. For individuals like Tammy who have struggled with severe obesity for extended periods, these procedures can be life-saving interventions that enable significant improvements in quality of life and reduction in obesity-related health complications. The recovery process following bariatric surgery is complex and requires patients to make permanent changes to their eating habits and lifestyle. The stomach's reduced capacity means that patients must eat smaller portions and focus on nutrient-dense foods to avoid malnutrition. Regular medical follow-up is essential to monitor for complications and ensure proper nutritional status. Post-surgical care also involves psychological support as patients adjust to their new relationship with food and their changing bodies. Many individuals experience significant emotional changes as they lose weight, including shifts in self-image, relationships, and social interactions that require professional guidance to navigate successfully. As individuals lose significant amounts of weight, particularly in cases involving hundreds of pounds, they often face the challenge of excess skin that no longer fits their smaller frame. This loose skin can cause both physical discomfort and psychological distress, leading many patients to consider body contouring procedures. Skin removal surgery, also known as body contouring or post-bariatric surgery, involves removing excess skin and tissue that remains after significant weight loss. These procedures can address areas such as the abdomen, arms, thighs, and breasts, helping patients achieve a more proportionate appearance that matches their new body size. The decision to undergo skin removal surgery involves careful consideration of multiple factors, including overall health status, financial considerations, and realistic expectations about outcomes. These procedures are typically performed in stages, with recovery periods between surgeries to allow the body to heal properly. Insurance coverage for skin removal procedures varies significantly, with many policies considering them cosmetic rather than medically necessary. However, In cases where excess skin causes functional problems such as rashes, infections, or mobility issues, insurance companies may provide coverage for specific procedures. The health benefits of significant weight loss cannot be overstated. Many individuals who lose substantial amounts of weight experience improvements in conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and joint pain. The reduction in strain on the cardiovascular system alone can add years to a person's life expectancy. However, the journey doesn't end with initial weight loss. Maintaining a healthy weight requires ongoing commitment to lifestyle changes, regular medical monitoring, and sometimes additional interventions to address complications or setbacks. The body's metabolism changes significantly during weight loss, making long-term weight maintenance a continuous challenge that requires vigilance and support. Mental health considerations remain crucial throughout the entire process. Many individuals who have struggled with obesity for years must learn to navigate relationships, self-image, and social situations in entirely new ways. Professional counseling and support groups can provide valuable assistance in managing these transitions. Being part of a reality television show adds another layer of complexity to an already challenging journey. The public nature of Tammy's weight loss meant that every setback, every success, and every medical procedure became subject to public discussion and scrutiny. This level of exposure can be both motivating and overwhelming for individuals undergoing significant life changes. Privacy concerns become particularly relevant when discussing medical procedures and health conditions. While reality television thrives on intimate access to participants' lives, there's an ongoing conversation about the boundaries between public interest and personal privacy, especially when it comes to medical information and procedures. The responsibility of reality television producers to their participants extends beyond entertainment value to include considerations of dignity, privacy, and long-term well-being. Ethical questions arise about how much of a person's medical journey should be shared with the public and what support systems should be in place for participants dealing with complex health issues. Successful weight loss and maintenance require robust support systems that extend far beyond medical interventions. Family support, professional counseling, nutritional guidance, and peer support groups all play crucial roles in helping individuals maintain their progress and navigate ongoing challenges. The importance of addressing underlying psychological factors cannot be overstated. Many individuals who struggle with severe obesity have complex relationships with food, body image, and self-worth that require professional attention and ongoing support. Simply losing weight doesn't automatically resolve these deeper issues. Long-term success also depends on developing sustainable lifestyle habits that can be maintained throughout a person's lifetime. This includes not just dietary changes and exercise routines, but also stress management, sleep hygiene, and other factors that contribute to overall health and well-being. Stories like Tammy's have significant educational value for the general public, helping to increase awareness about the complexities of obesity and the challenges faced by individuals working to improve their health. These narratives can help reduce stigma and increase understanding of obesity as a medical condition rather than simply a matter of willpower or personal choice. The visibility of successful weight loss stories can inspire others who are struggling with similar challenges, providing hope and motivation for those who may feel overwhelmed by their own situations. However, it's important to present these stories in context, acknowledging both the potential for success and the very real challenges involved. Public health officials and medical professionals can learn from these individual stories to better understand the barriers and facilitators of successful weight loss and maintenance. This information can inform policy decisions, treatment approaches, and public health initiatives aimed at addressing obesity at the population level. As Tammy continues her journey, her story serves as a reminder that significant health transformations are possible, but they require commitment, support, and realistic expectations about the process. The medical community continues to develop better treatments and support systems for individuals dealing with severe obesity, offering hope for more effective interventions in the future. The conversation around obesity, weight loss, and body image continues to evolve, with increasing recognition of the need for compassionate, evidence-based approaches that address both the medical and psychological aspects of these complex issues. Stories like Tammy's contribute to this evolving understanding while highlighting the very real human experiences behind the statistics and medical terminology. The intersection of entertainment media and health advocacy presents both opportunities and challenges for public education and awareness. When handled responsibly, these platforms can provide valuable insights into health conditions and treatments while maintaining respect for individual dignity and privacy. Ultimately, Tammy Slaton's journey represents one person's path toward better health, surrounded by the complexities of medical care, family dynamics, public attention, and personal growth. Her story, like many others, reminds us that behind every statistic and every headline is a human being working to improve their life and health in the face of significant challenges. TLC's 1000 LB Sisters is on the verge of a major shift, and Tammy Slaton's at the center of it. The reality television landscape has witnessed few stories as compelling and complex as TLC's 1000 LB Sisters, which has chronicled the lives of Amy and Tammy Slaton for nearly 3 seasons. What began as a show about two sisters navigating life with severe obesity has evolved into something far more nuanced, a story about family dynamics, personal transformation, and the unpredictable nature of human resilience. As the series approaches what could be its most pivotal season yet, all signs point to Tammy Slaton being at the epicenter of changes that could fundamentally alter the show's trajectory. When the series premiered in 2020, viewers were immediately drawn to the stark contrast between the two sisters. Amy, the older sibling, had already undergone gastric bypass surgery and was actively working toward weight loss and improved health. Tammy, significantly younger, remained at extremely high weights and appeared resistant to making similar lifestyle changes. The show's initial premise seemed straightforward. Would Tammy follow her sister's path toward health, or would she continue down a potentially dangerous road? What emerged was far more complicated than TLC's marketing suggested. Rather than simply documenting weight loss journeys, 1000 LB Sisters became a study in how family relationships can both hinder and facilitate personal growth. The sisters' bond, while clearly loving, often served as an obstacle to meaningful change. Their codependency, shared history of trauma, and mutual enabling created a dynamic where progress in one area would be undermined by regression in another. Tammy's role in this dynamic has always been particularly complex. While she's often portrayed as the sister resistant to change, deeper examination reveals someone struggling with profound psychological barriers that extend far beyond simple willpower or motivation. Her relationship with food, her self-image, and her understanding of her own worth have been shaped by years of trauma, family dysfunction, and societal judgment. These factors have created a psychological landscape where traditional approaches to weight loss simply cannot take root. The show's producers and TLC executives have consistently walked a fine line between entertainment value and genuine concern for the sisters' well-being. Early seasons focused heavily on dramatic confrontations, family arguments, and crisis moments that drove ratings but arguably did little to support real healing. However, recent episodes have shown a noticeable shift in tone and approach, suggesting that both the network and the production team have evolved in their understanding of what the show can and should accomplish. This evolution appears to be largely driven by Tammy's own journey, which has taken unexpected turns that have caught both viewers and producers off guard. Where once she seemed content to remain in her comfort zone of familiar patterns and relationships, recent developments suggest someone beginning to question the sustainability of her current path. These changes haven't been dramatic or sudden. They've been subtle shifts in attitude, small moments of self-reflection, and quiet acknowledgments that something needs to change. The catalyst for this shift appears to be multifaceted. Amy's continued progress, while inspiring, has also created a new kind of pressure within their relationship. As the sisters grow further apart in their physical journeys, questions about their future together have become increasingly pressing. Can two people maintain a close sibling relationship when their life trajectories are moving in such different directions? What happens when one person's survival depends on changes that the other person cannot or will not make? These questions have forced both sisters to confront uncomfortable truths about their relationship and their individual needs. For Tammy, this has meant beginning to acknowledge that her sister's health journey might require boundaries and changes that feel threatening to their established dynamic. The realization that Amy might need to prioritize her own well-being over constant caretaking of her sister has created space for Tammy to consider what her own life might look like independent of this familiar role. The show's format has also evolved to reflect these deeper themes. Where early episodes focused primarily on weight-related crises and family drama, recent seasons have begun to explore the psychological and emotional underpinnings of the sisters' struggles. This shift has been particularly evident in how Tammy's story has been presented, moving away from simple characterizations of resistance or denial toward a more nuanced exploration of trauma, mental health, and the complex relationship between emotional and physical well-being. Industry observers have noted that this evolution reflects broader changes in how reality television approaches sensitive subjects. Networks are increasingly aware of their responsibility to participants whose lives are being documented, particularly when those lives involve serious health conditions and personal vulnerabilities. The approach to 1000 LB Sisters seems to have matured alongside this industry-wide recognition, resulting in content that serves both entertainment and educational purposes while maintaining respect for the human beings at its center. Tammy's position at the center of these changes is particularly significant because her story represents a crucial intersection of personal agency and systemic barriers. Her struggles with weight and health are not simply individual failings, but are deeply intertwined with broader issues of healthcare access, mental health support, and social stigma. As the show has evolved, these larger contexts have become more visible, transforming what could have been a simple weight loss narrative into a complex examination of how society treats and supports people in her situation. The implications of these changes extend beyond the show itself. 1000 LB Sisters has developed a significant following among viewers who see their own struggles reflected in the sisters' experiences. The show's evolution toward more thoughtful, nuanced storytelling has the potential to influence public discourse around obesity, mental health, and family dynamics in ways that could have lasting impact. Looking ahead, several factors suggest that the upcoming seasons will continue to mark significant departures from the show's original format. Tammy's increasing willingness to engage with therapy and counseling, her growing awareness of how her choices affect not just herself but her relationships, and her gradual acknowledgement that change might be necessary, all point toward a narrative arc that could be dramatically different from what viewers initially expected. The challenge for the show's creators will be maintaining the compelling television that has made the series successful while honoring the genuine growth and complexity that the sisters are experiencing. This balance is particularly delicate when dealing with real people whose lives are unfolding in unpredictable ways. The temptation to manufacture drama or push predetermined storylines must be resisted in favor of authentic documentation of whatever journey unfolds. Tammy's central role in driving these changes reflects her own growing agency within her story. Rather than being simply a subject of observation or a source of conflict, she's becoming an active participant in shaping not just her own narrative, but the show's overall direction. This shift represents a kind of meta-commentary on the power dynamics inherent in reality television and suggests a more collaborative approach between subjects and creators. The medical and therapeutic communities have also taken increasing interest in the show's portrayal of severe obesity and its underlying causes. Experts have praised recent episodes for their more sophisticated handling of mental health issues and their acknowledgement that sustainable change requires addressing root causes rather than simply focusing on surface behaviors. This professional validation has likely influenced the show's continued evolution and may guide future seasons toward even more educational and supportive content. As the series moves forward, the question of Tammy's ultimate trajectory remains deliberately unanswered, both by the show's creators and by Tammy herself. This uncertainty, rather than being a weakness, has become one of the show's greatest strengths. By refusing to impose artificial timelines or predetermined outcomes, 1000 LB Sisters has created space for authentic